small bobbins. So I just wanted to pop in for a quick announcement today. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have already seen the news, or if you read my blog, I've already posted something about it on there. I've opened a web shop! So I've been working on it for several months now, putting a lot of work in behind the scenes, you know, finding stuff to sell in the shop, setting up the web shop, all the technical stuff, the administrative stuff, and it's all finally ready. The web shop is open, I'm accepting orders, and I'm so excited to share it with everybody. So, what exactly am I selling? It's probably not much of a surprise, but I am selling lingerie making supplies. Yay! So it's no secret that I am obsessed with sewing lingerie. Definitely you can see it with my videos, my blog, what I'm making on Instagram, all of that stuff, constantly talking about it. You may or may not know that I am based in Belgium, and I mean there are other places where you can find lingerie making supplies, but not many. And so it's definitely a hole in the market, and I decided that I was going to swoop in and meet that need for everybody. So for now, the shop is open, it's ready. So I just wanted to tell you a bit about what I will be selling in the shop. The goal is to eventually become, you know, one of Europe's one-stop shops for all sorts of high-quality lingerie making supplies. At the moment, I am not the one-stop shop for making lingerie, but I'm getting there. So to start, we've got elastics of all sorts, hardware, closures, fabric, and also all sorts of limited edition materials. I'll tell you more about that in a second. So elastics. So we've got strap elastic, picot, scalloped, flat, narrow, wide, even some with a silicone band on it, which would be great if you're making a strapless bra, or even if you're making like thigh-high stockings or something like that. Fold over elastic, and yeah, a bunch of other elastics just with neat decorative edges, all sorts of sizes and colors. Those are, you know, ready for you to start ordering. Hardware, I've got all sorts of sizes and color for metal hardware. I've got gold, I've got rose gold, silver, black, white, and even like a matte black metal. It's really slick. It's definitely my favorite so far. Rings, sliders, G-hooks, and I even have a limited number of these really nifty gold metal fasteners that you can use as like a bikini clasp or something similar like that. Closures, of course, I've got tons of hook and eyes, all sorts of sizes and colors. Fabrics, I've got stretch laces, I've got sheer cup lining, I have 12 colors of this really, really great stretch tulle. I love it. I've been making so much stuff with it lately. It's so sheer and soft and supportive. It's not quite as stretchy as a stretch mesh, but it's also not quite a power net either. So think of somewhere in the middle of that, and that's what you get with the stretch tulle. Like, I love it. I also have foam in a couple different colors, and then I have a lot of limited edition, just like really fantastic designer fabrics as well, like this printed stretch mesh, which is like my absolute favorite. Oh, it's so cool. I'm so excited to use it. I don't have much of it though. I've stumbled into this lot of just like gorgeous organic piece silk. It's undyed, it's lustrous and beautiful. It has just this amazing fluid drape to it. Luckily there is a small chunk of it that was detached from the rest of it, so I'm really looking forward to making just like a gorgeous little cami top with it. I'm so excited. I also have in limited quantities a lot of velvet notions, so like velvet strap elastic, velvet fold over elastic, and just these like gorgeous like weighty gold hardware, so like these triangle sliders, all sorts of like really nice stuff. So why are they limited edition? So there are tons of fashion designers in Belgium and in the rest of Europe, of course, and we all know about dead stock fabric and kind of ex-designer stock, overstock, blah blah blah, whatever we're calling it. There are tons of those materials out there for lingerie making, of course. And so being in Belgium, it's a really great place for finding these designers who have stocks of leftover material, maybe left over from previous seasons, or maybe just stuff that they never really got around to using. And so I'm working on finding that stuff, buying it up, and then selling it to you guys. And so I think it's a really great, sustainable, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's great for the environment, sure. But it's just a great way to offer you guys like really unique pieces of like high quality lingerie making materials. And so that's something I'm really excited about. But it also means I have very limited quantities in some of this stuff. So if you want it, you need to get on it. And so I've been working on the shop for months, but it's not really done yet. There's still a lot more to come. So the next thing I'm working on is putting together kits. Those should be on the website hopefully this week, but we'll see. Definitely stay tuned on my Instagram or sign up for my newsletter if you want to hear about when the kits are ready. And PDF patterns. So that's a big project that I've been working on. I have several designs already. Now I just need to digitize them and actually turn them into products. Those should hopefully be ready before the end of the year. Again, stay tuned. And of course, just tons more products are on their way. New types of fabrics, new linings, power nets, more trims, all sorts of stuff. Definitely keep an eye on the shop because new products will be arriving all the time. I'll put out announcements and little teasers on social media too as well, so make sure you're following me there. So why did I decide to start a web shop for lingerie making supplies? I did write about this more in depth on my blog, so you can go over and read that if you want. It's just www.smallbobbins.com/blog. And maybe if you're in the sewing community online, you've noticed that there's kind of a trajectory when you start to learn how to sew. You know, everybody starts out with kind of the basics. You start sewing t-shirts, dresses. You might even start out with kids' clothes before graduating on to your own clothes. And then from there, everybody splinters off into their more advanced sewing niche. Some people go into bag making or shoe making, hat making, costumes, like historical costumes. And for me, it was lingerie. I fell in love with it. Like, I love the idea of making just these delicate, beautiful little pieces that are really, like, just for me. Especially, there's a lot of technique that goes into it, and at the end of the day, when you put in so much care and skill into crafting, like, a very well-fitting piece of lingerie, something that, like, only you are going to see, or, like, spouses, significant others, like, okay, they might see it too. But really, like, a piece of lingerie, it's for the person that's wearing it, and it's to give them that kind of secret sense of confidence and empowerment. And learning to sew lingerie, especially if you're only making it for yourself, it's a very, like, self-centered activity. And so I love the idea of kind of having this skill that was really focused on making something beautiful for myself. It was a very, it's an act of self-care. It's an act of appreciating my body and giving it something beautiful. And so with that idea in mind, I wanted to share it with others. I wanted to kind of facilitate it. So blah, blah, blah. Long story short, that's why I'm so obsessed with making my own lingerie, and that's what's kind of driving me to create the shop. And to also offer patterns and tutorials. I'm also offering workshops in the Belgium area as well. If any of this seems interesting to you, definitely head over to my website, www.smallbobbins.com. You can check out the shop from there, you can read my blog, you can find all my links on social media, and you can also sign up for the newsletter as well. So the newsletter is going to have updates about any sort of new products, fabrics, trims, notions, patterns, kits, etc. And it's also going to have a monthly roundup of lingerie inspiration. So different details or brands that I'm really loving and kind of ways that you can translate that into your own lingerie designs. I hope you'll find it interesting, and if you like something, feel free to order. If you have any questions about the shop or any comments you want to leave, definitely feel free to write me below. I read all of the comments, I read all of the emails. Definitely don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you soon for more videos. Bye guys!